Welcome back to the channel, guys. 2014 Jeep Grand Cherokee, I want to say. 2014, guys, that is typically the Gen 1 with the Pentastar in it, if it's a V6. But this is not an engine problem, engine tick, or nothing like that. This, however, have a transmission problem, okay? No check engine light, wow. But that could be a code, and from what I'm told, there is a code in the memory, guys. Don't always assume because there's not a check engine light on that there is no problem. No, you could. In fact, when you first turn this, let me show you something. When you first turn this key on, a bulb check, right there, a bulb check will alert you that, yes, it's not that the bulb is blown. Okay, so the bulb, the actual physical check engine light is there, but it's not, I don't know, monitors haven't ran or it haven't gone through its cycle to allow the check engine light to be on. But there's a trans problem from what I'm told. All right, now, because I suspect a trans problem, or I'm told there's a trans problem, I refuse to drive this, guys. All right, I'll tell you why in a second. Let me go head into the shop, straight to the shop. Normally I would be test driving these, but no, not with this such complaint. All right, oh, y'all feel that? I just felt a bump. I just switched from first to second gear. It's likely got some second gear problems, guys. But we're not gonna. Oh, did y'all? I know y'all can't feel that, but did y'all hear that? I had a bump when I switched to second gear, guys. We're going straight in the shop, man. We're not wasting time on this. We can hit it straight at it. I get a lot of flack for talking too much, so I would tone down the discussion just a little bit. However, I'm gonna make sure verbally you understand what we up against and what I'm about to do. Okay, if you don't have that type of patience, grow that type of patience. Okay, try to hang in there, guys. We're gonna get straight to the action as soon as possible. But right now, let me get through this verbally. All right, I'm inside the shop. Let's get it, man. All right, guys, so I'm in the shop now. I'm trying to get on this lift. It's always tight trying to get in on these tight little lifts. So guys, what we're gonna do, we're gonna go straight to a computer. I refuse to drive this car not knowing if I'm gonna make it back. This is a transmission complaint. I'm skeptical about jumping straight on the road, especially if I have no way. Back in the past, or back in the day, I could simply grab a dipstick and pull it out and see if I was full of fluid. All right, based off that results, we used to dictate if I go on a test drive. If I pull the dipstick out and I'm showing full of fluid, okay, I will assume it's safe to test drive. But we have that luxury no more. There is no dipstick or a dipstick tube on this particular model. All right, so let's go straight to the computer, man. No sense in wasting time, y'all. Let's get it. Alrighty, guys, I'm here at the computer. I have the topology pulled up on this 2014 Jeep Wrangler Grand Cherokee, rather. That's a transmission problem, guys. As you can see, yellow indicates a trouble code in this module. This is the TCM. Now, there's also a code in the HVAC, but we are concerned with the transmission not pulling or slipping in second gear. Let's see exactly. I was there. Let's go to DTC. P0732, guys. That stands for gear to shift incorrect ratio. Oh my goodness. Basically, this is an internal problem that the transmission sees. Now, when I say internal, I mean obviously something is wrong with second gear. Okay, this is an 8-speed transmission, guys. So second gear is pretty early on in the shift. Now, number one thing you should do, guys, first thing you should do is check fluid level. But because this is an 8 HP rear-wheel drive ZF transmission, there's no dipstick or a dipstick tube. So you will literally have to let the car in the air. And number one, give it a visual. Make sure all the fluid hasn't leaked out via a visual inspection. If you see fluid all over the transmission, yeah, you can assume you're low on fluid, and that's likely why this code was generated. But if not, you have some diagnosing to do, guys, and that's what we getting ready to do now. So let's go over to the car right now and check some things out. Y'all ready? Man, let's get it. Alrighty, guys. Whoa, wait a minute. Okay, guys, we got a slippage in second gear. All right, so that's what the TCM has detected. Now remember, The TCM is actually inside the valve body, part of the valve body, right? But what I'm doing now is a look over. Okay. Now, guys, this is a ZF 8HP transmission, so there's no, like I've already said, there's no dipstick or dipstick tube. If you're suspecting your transmission is low, fluid is low, because remember, low fluid condition can cause that slippage in second gear, which is what the TCM picked up. If you're suspecting it's low, the best thing to do is a visual inspection, which is what I'm doing now. And as you can see, guys, I'm seeing fluid. I'm seeing wetness on this. They protecting the pan. The pan is plastic, so they're using this cradle to protect it. I'm seeing wetness right here. See, I don't know if that's oil or HB transmission fluid. You know, the fluid and the oil look similar. This is a 3.6 Pentastar, so there is known oil leaks on this vehicle. You know, if you can take a look, let's take a look up here. No, I don't see where maybe possibly the oil filter adapter houses is leaking and cause all this. Unless it's just been repaired and somebody just didn't clean off the excess, that's a possibility. But there's no way around it. If you want to check and see if you're... Now, the thinking goes, guys, let me say this. The only reason you should suspect low fluid is your problem is if you have external leaks. There is signs of external leaks right here, but I don't know what kind of fluid it is. All right, so when you at that state, best thing you can do is just remove the drain plug, guys, or the field/drain plug. There's only one plug on this transmission. Just remove this. Now, I'm gonna go grab my Allen wrench, and when I take this off, we're gonna talk about this some more, okay, on what I'm about to do. But I'm chasing a transmission problem. Slippage in second gear. There's no second gear clutch pack. It's not like a 62 TE where I can take it out and overhaul it, you know, recondition it and bring second gear back to life. There's no parts. So you have internal problems. They pretty much making you replace it. Is it repairable? Absolutely, guys. I went to school. I took a 2-day course on this transmission. We took it apart, talked about each gear, each planetary set, each everything, and we put it back together. In a nutshell, that's what overhaul is. Disassemble, clean, replace seals, needed seals, and put back together. But I have yet to do one because there's no parts available. All right. Now, I don't know how my buddies over at All Park Garage getting parts, but they have HB transmission tore apart all the time over there. So I'm going to have to dig in their ear. But that's not the same. So I'm just still going to do a visual. Also be aware of on some models, the transmission cooler is in the condenser area. So if you see like wetness right around in here, you can best assure that condenser cooler, trans cooler is leaking. All right, but I don't see wet residue. Right. I do see. Y'all see that? Let me zoom. Let me focus in on that. All right, guys, that is a sign of radiator leaking right there. Yes. Okay, yeah, that's coolant buildup right down the radiator. So the radiator is leaking. As far as the condenser leaking, no, I don't see any signs. That would be a reason for transmission slippage if you was leaking coolant and it was leaking out of the AC condenser, but that doesn't appear to be the case. All right, so let me take a break right quick. I'm gonna go grab a couple of tools. Let's get this plug off and see what happens. Stay tuned. I'll be right back. All right, guys, I'm back. Now, guys, I'm not gonna make this. I'm gonna make this as simple and realistic as I can. Okay, there's no reason to complicate or make this bigger than what it is. These transmission. This is an 8 HP. 8-speed rear-wheel drive transmission. Fluid level inspection is pretty much dependent on the temperature of the fluid. Okay, so the Jeep is nice and warm. It's at operating temperature. I just come off a small little drive. Okay, so all I'm going to do now is simply remove this plug. Well, let's run in and see if fluid come out. If fluid trickle out, it's full, guys. It's just simple as that. No need to making this complicated when it's not. It don't have to be complicated. A lot of people pull out numbers and this, that, and the other. You can look at that. So this is basically full. A lot of guys treat this like a differential. You fill it up until it come out. In some cases, that's true, guys, but you want to make sure it has travel all through all the gears. Okay, that's why they want you to put it in gear while you're in the middle of, say, a service. They want you to put it in gear and run the car while it's still in the air. So it'll travel through all the gears, set in second gear for a certain length of time. It's a process, but it doesn't have to be complicated, guys. A lot of people overthinking this. I am full of fluid. You know what that means, guys? This is likely not transmission fluid. It's likely oil from a once leaking. I just checked the history. They did just have the oil filter adapter housing replaced. So basically, that is oil residue. Whoever did it last didn't clean off this, or residue still dripping because it looked like they attempted to clean it off from the top. All right, so this is oil that you're seeing. So now, which leads to question, so what do we do now? Guys, because there's no repairs or there's no parts to attempt a repair, I have no choice. I know this sucks. I have to write up an estimate to replace the transmission. It's a problem in second gear. The transmission is full. Now, the transmission was fairly brown. Just 100 and something thousand miles on this. Okay, there is a service maintenance interval. Once you out of warranty, word on the street that it's filled for life. But once you're out of warranty, I suggest you service it to try to prolong the life of it, okay? I mean, servicing is no different than any other transmission. You take the pan off, let all the old fluid out, or most of it, because the transmission filter is integrated into the pan. All you need is a pan and some fluid. I highly suggest you guys service your 8 HP transmissions, okay? That feel for life is basically, don't touch it while it's under warranty, okay? I don't want to get into that, but I suggest you service your transmissions, I don't know, between 90 and 100K. Your warranty likely expires 70, okay? The transmission is built sturdy enough and can go without overheating and damage long to past 100, but like with any other fluid, it's gonna break down. So I suggest you get all the old fluid out and go back in with new. So that's all I have on this, guys. I have to write up a transmission unit simply because there is no parts to repair it. I got a problem in second gear. I have no second gear parts to repair it. All right, that's all I have, guys. Thanks for watching.